Hey, how's it going, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Today I'm taking the AMES thermal infrared laser pointer temperature gun, and we're just going to see how well it actually works. Basically says it's pretty accurate between a foot to 12 inches up to the maximum range being 4 feet or 48 inches. So we'll just take a look and see how well it works in the real world. Measurement range is anywhere between negative 50 degrees Celsius and up to 550 degrees Celsius, or negative 58 degrees up to 1022 degrees. We're not going to be using the 1022 degrees, but it's interesting to know what its ranges actually are. So that being said, I'm heading off to work. We're going to try this bad boy out. Customer's complaint: vehicle is not blowing cold. Already pressures are looking pretty low on the high side. We're going to use the AMES infrared temperature probe. Current temperature inside the vehicle is 128, but it's been sitting outside. Outside temperature is roughly 96. Let's do an AC performance test. Let's see what the vents are blowing at. Alright, so vents feel like they're blowing pretty hot right now, actually. Let's just see. Alright, and let's see here. Oh yeah, I think we got a leak somewhere. This is definitely low. This is definitely lower than I'd expect. And I don't hear the compressor cycling on and off right now. Alright, so if you guys take a look, you definitely see some leakage where the line's going to the AC compressor. And then down here by this pressure relief. And a little bit down here by the compressor clutch. Now the clutch doesn't seem like it's kicking on, but this might be a clutchless system. Some of these AC compressors have a worm drive like the VW, so I'm not sure what kind of system we're running right now. No cycling, refrigerant's definitely low. Thought that the temperature reading might be wrong. We're just gonna verify using this ice pack. Oh? 23 degrees? Yeah, that's frozen. Alright, so taking the vehicle for a brief little test drive, making my quick stop just to see and verify temperatures that we're seeing here. So my little temp gun here, shooting it through the vent, depending on where I have it. Shows about 67, 68. The other one about 51. Let's go over here. Let me just make sure I'm really getting in there. So this one's about 53, 50, so it really depends on where you're pointing it, but that's about 52. This thing's all over the place. Hang on. Get that. It's definitely not blowing at that temperature. Man, this thing's all over the place. Alright, so it pays to have a digital thermometer. Alright, so what did I learn today? A couple things. One, if the refrigerant is low or pretty much empty, it'll still have some kind of pressure, which will then kind of act like it just has low refrigerant, but in fact it's actually just trapped air within the system. So that was one thing that I learned. Didn't know about that, or at least I might have forgotten about it. So it was kind of cool to have that explained to me a little bit, especially after seeing the gauges drop as fast as they did and only pulling out like, I think it was like 0.04 pounds of refrigerant when the system holds 0.85 on this particular car. It was a 04, 05 Scion. One of the things that I also found out that I became aware of
Now this Ryobi was about 10 degrees, 15 degrees hotter than what some of the other laser infrared pointers were, which is why I decided to go with AMES and give AMES a shot. One of the things that I found out about not just this one or this one, but was that it's more of a fixed target. So as you point it and shoot, it'll give you a fixed target. So as long as everything is not in motion, it's meant to point and fixate on one particular temperature to give you the most accurate reading. So me trying to point it at a vent and hoping to capture what it was, you would have noticed that sometimes it gave me the accurate temperature, which kind of meshed up with the little thermometer that we stuck in the vent. Other times it was all over the place and it was really hard to kind of gauge. So not your go-to for checking vent temp. That's why you want one of these. But overall it can still test the AC lines. You can possibly test for restrictions within the system, hot points in the condenser, things like that. The Snap-on Thermal Imager is probably one of those items that would probably be extremely beneficial to somebody that does a lot of AC work, or a thermal imager that you can find. I think FLIR also makes a thermal imager that's pretty darn close in comparison to the Snap-on one. So the FLIR one I was actually staring at for a little while. Hadn't gone through and picked it up yet because I don't do a lot of AC work until the summertime. Summertime comes, usually we see a lot of AC work for about 3 months out of the year, 4 months out of the year. And then it kind of tapers off back into the wintertime, and then it's all about like coolant leaks and heating problems and overheating problems, etc. Overall, for $25, I think this is a phenomenal product to own. I think AMES really kind of nailed the nail on the head with this one. Ryobi, I don't know what the deal was. I've had this now for a few years, 3-4 years, and only recently it just seems like the temperature had a little bit of difference. One of the things that I noticed with the Ryobi is on the inside you have a Celsius and you have Fahrenheit, and you have a little switch that you can switch back and forth from. So I don't know if it has a certain lifespan or if it just got tired over time. I don't know. One of the things about the AMES, the battery is here on the front, and it has a little pop cap. Again, 9-volt battery. You don't switch it from degrees to Celsius here. In fact, you'd have to select it here with the button and then manipulate the arrow, etc. So still kind of playing around with it, but look, overall I think it's pretty nice. It's overall really comfortable, about the same size as the Ryobi one that I had. For 25 bucks, I really don't see how you could go wrong. I think the Ryobi one was also about 25 bucks. So again, you kind of get what you pay for. I don't know how long the AMES is going to hold up, but I'll tell you what, I don't think that I'd want to spend too much more money on this particular product, because overall I think it's a perfect and competitive cost compared to some of the other manufacturers out there that make these infrared laser pointers. So overall, pretty happy. Also like the LED background that it has. Big numbers, kind of works out well. That's all I got for this video, guys. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Share if you want to share. I'm giving AMES the 2 thumbs up on this one though. For 25 bucks, phenomenal product. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. I hope you're enjoying your work week. We'll see you next time. Deuces.